All right, guys. Welcome to 3M on a Wednesday, hosted by the Cary Bengals Fantasy Football League. We had a pretty eventful week, and for week 9, and let's go straight into it. All right. First matchup, it hurts little, which is me, plays Smooth Jazz with Kenny G, which is Keshav. This was projected to be one of our higher scoring matchups, but as you can see, it did not turn out that way. Um, my team, we basically just didn't show up. Jameer Gibbs was too busy, like, doing like those costumes with his girlfriend and decided not to block anytime the Vikings blitzed, so we got benched. And Kamani Vidal, who was he was playing against the one of the worst rushing defenses, just decided like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit out every time I like Rishi starts him. So exactly what happened. 3 points. And I ended up putting my lowest total of the season with 95. And my 3 game win streak is over, but we'll try to bounce back in week 10. And looking at Keshav's team, Keshav, you I was expecting his wide receivers to do a little bit better, and I was hoping to take advantage of them not doing as good, but Rico Dowdle, having a game-winning performance in fantasy and in real life with 28 fantasy points. Josh Allen, having a huge game against Kansas City, and he was able to come out with a win. All right, next matchup, we have Kamara versus the World versus Ted Offensive. As you can see, Sparge picks up his fourth win in a row. I don't know how he's doing it. This is his running back core, RJ Harvey and Zach Charbonnet. Of course, RJ Harvey picks up another touchdown. Um, the game of, I mean, the player of this game has to be Drake London. Almost a 40 bomb. Uh, and sadly, Sparks' tight end Tucker Craft is out for the season, but we'll go more into that later on. And looking at Moog's team, Moog gets Puka back. We were expecting him to bounce back and get a win this week, but Robodunze 0 points when his team scores 47. The Cowboys offense just failed to show up. And other players, they did well. Puka did okay. I know he got hurt. Herbert. Herbert's doing he did tremendously well against Tennessee, and Jacobs, regular 20-point performance. And Kamara, like he's just done. I don't know what Amo's gonna do with him
He's
moving
actually a
forward.
shell.
Yeah. All right. Now we have Code Monkey versus Kirk. So Code Monkey picks up his what is it? Fourth win in a row?
Third one in a row.
Third win? Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can speak on this game.
Yeah. I wasn't watching any other games. I myself was at Lambeau Field watching the Packers put up a heinously bad performance on the offensive side of the field, but just following along. I was getting notifications. Juwan Jennings scored. Uh, I saw Jonathan Taylor wasn't doing great, but CMC went back to being CMC after a dud week last week. Um, and so, was feeling good. The Bears, by the time I left the stadium, when I was in the stadium, they're at 6 fantasy points. And then within 5 minutes, the Bears went from 6 fantasy points to -1 fantasy points. And T. Higgins went from like 15 fantasy points to 33 fantasy points. Uh, the matchup completely changed within 10 minutes. So the Packers
Yeah.
lost, and then everything started to go
Yeah,
badly.
it was 50-50 at that point,
It,
I
it,
believe.
it got down to I was down to 39% at a point.
Really?
After the T Higgins 2 point conversion. Um so I was personally in a bad place. I had the worst 48 hours of my life really. Georgia Tech football lost. The Bucks lost to the Kings. The Packers just lost, and I was with a bunch of Panthers fans, TJ included, who was a terrorist. And then the idea of losing to Kirk in fantasy, that would have set me over the edge. Thankfully, Devontae Adams, doing his thing. And then the Buffalo defense did a great job against Patrick Mahomes. And then finally, to put the nail in the coffin, Sam Darnold with a beautiful performance in the first half.
Yeah, Kirk's Chiefs, they didn't show up. You're expecting a little bit more, but they're probably saving that for the playoffs, as we see every year. But yeah, Now we have Carter versus Sam, two real life Carolina Bengals, basketball players. And Carter ended up picking up the win. We were all expecting Sam to, get back on track. This is a get back on track game. This team is somewhat healthy, not all healthy, but somewhat, and that just did not happen. Carter putting up a statement performance with Michael Pittman, Marvin Harrison Jr. was later, Justin Jefferson, David Montgomery getting a touchdown, Kyron doing well, Kincaid having a great game. Um, there was no Chase McLaughlin this week due to his bye week, but he did have Matt Prater stashed for the entire season on his bench. Uh, and looking at Sam's team, this is a really bad loss for Sam. We were expecting big things from this season. He falls to 3-6. It's going to be a long road ahead for him. And looking at his team, ETN had a good performance, all usage, 16. You would take that. Amon-Ra having a good performance. Zay Flowers and Jalen Waldo kind of set him back a little bit in terms of projections coming into Sunday. But it's just 105, just not good enough to win. And Carter moves to 5-4. All right. We had our prime time matchup this week. Two 2-6 teams. Maya Dinger Booty versus Stevenson and White Guys four. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Ravant, he started off pretty well, with
Yeah.
Mon Guy,
The Money guy
big performance. He didn't
had
have a lot of people playing at one. He had Diggs. I think Diggs had a touchdown. And
yeah.
Stafford having a good performance. So it was looking pretty good, but
And
Alvin bounced
Stroud
back.
got concussed in the one
Sorry.
o'clock window too. I was gonna say Stroud got concussed in the 1 o'clock window.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Stroud got yeah. So Alvin was already like a little behind. But Sam Laporta ended up picking up CJ Stroud's points, and Torrey Horan this week's MVP for him, coming up huge and giving him a good enough cushion. It was 50-50, but you would really take that, as much as he was behind. And CeeDee Lamb and Trey McBride did not come through for Ravant, this week. And Ravant moves to 2-7, and Alvin moves to 3-6. This is a big matchup regarding the last place punishment. And we're gonna dig into that more come to power rankings. All right, our last matchup, another
Oh,
very important. Sorry.
I can talk about this just because I was beside Indian DJ.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was beside Indian DJ as most of this was happening. Um, so it was obviously a huge win for Joseph. Uh, so just talk through it. Indian DJ manager TJ talked a lot of shit the whole week about the Packers. And the Packers got beat, but in return, TJ's fantasy team got to suffer. TJ with the questionable start of Daniel Jones over Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, who was playing one of the worst defenses in football, and Daniel Jones having to go on the road to Pittsburgh to play, and he chose to go with Daniel Jones, who I think he had two fumbles and two interceptions, something like that.
He had 5 turnovers. I'm pretty
Five
sure.
turnovers.
Let me can I check? Yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he had 5 turnovers.
which which is the difference maker in this which was the difference maker in this matchup, really. Um, he had great performances out of the rest of his team.
Yeah, he had a good week.
Yeah, great week for TJ. Just made the wrong play at QB. But we got on the bus back from Green Bay to Milwaukee. I think TJ was pretty heavily favored going into the 4 o'clock window. Uh, but TJ was like, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I just know I'm gonna lose. He was like, Rashi is just not gonna have that great of a day. JSN isn't either. That wasn't the case of why he lost. He lost because Brock Bowers had one of the most unbelievable performances ever seen. TJ went to sleep on the bus. He woke up and he was like, dude, there's no way it's 50-50. And then all of a sudden we get to overtime, and then the nail just gets put in his coffin. Um,
Yeah,
it's one of the most unbelievable one man performances by Brock Bowers to win Joseph the week.
yeah, just a season-saving performance from his guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's just a crushing loss for TJ. He goes to 3-6. His team is actually really good, but 3-6 is a long road to climb. Uh, so yeah. Now we'll go straight into the power rankings. Um, So at number 12, we have Stevenson White Guys for. Even though they picked up a huge win, they still stay at number 12, and that's just because their team is really, really bad. They do get Garrett Wilson back for this week. Uh, Chris Olave has been terrible with Tyler Show. Ashton Judge's showing some life though, but like this has to be the last place favorite. They just I think every other team in the league is just better, and yeah, I think that's why the league voted them in last place.
Yeah, you know what's shocking to me that the season the average for this team like points wise is 125.
Really,
Yeah, you look at the 2025 season average column. Scroll down.
where
Like
does that say?
you see
Oh, right here.
yeah,
Yeah.
team average is
Wait, really?
125 technically. Yeah.
No, I think it's just the average. I mean, yeah, you're right in terms of his starting lineup. But
Yeah,
like
the
Garrett
draft
Wilson
cut.
hasn't been playing, and
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah. But I think like 125 is like better than mine, and like that's
Yeah,
a
I mean
lot of
it's,
points.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think doesn't he have it? I think it might be 112. I have no idea.
No,
But yeah,
112 was what he scored last.
no.
No, that's what this team would have scored last week.
Okay, okay, I got you. I got
Yeah. You still project 123 this
you.
week.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of good teams in the league right now. Like it's getting like I think every game is like you don't know if you're going to win or not. Like
Like
it's just
that.
except for when you're playing Kirk. Kirk's team is terrible. But number
He
11.
somehow almost found a way to
Yeah.
somehow think.
Number 11 is May I Dig Your Booty. They have the worst record in the league and 2-7
I think there any hopes of the playoffs
is done. Yeah.
were kind of dashed. You'd have to run the table and make up some
Yeah.
points. So at this point, I think it's playing for placement, trying to avoid last place.
Yeah, exactly. And his team is just like I think their running backs are like his main weakness. Stephon Diggs hasn't been the most consistent. C Lamb has been hurt. And since he's come back, he hasn't had like any crazy, crazy performances. He's been decent. Trey McBride is his one shining light. And yeah, I mean this team isn't like terrible, terrible. Like it's unfortunate for them to be 2-7, but due to like situation and injuries and whatnot, like they just found themselves here. So yeah.
You gotta. I wonder. With the Monogamy game last year or last week, what that's gonna do for DeAndre Swift moving forward. Does
Yeah.
that backfield start there? I mean, there were hints of it getting like Monogamy starting to get some more reps, but uh, how does that change? That remains to be seen. And Bill, the Bill gimmick never worked out. I've been saying it, but I'm confident in saying it now that the Bill gimmick doesn't work. Um, but we'll
Yeah, and
see.
now it's done.
We'll see if Avant can break any team's hearts down the road here.
Yeah. I mean that's what they're going for, they're playing against a strong team this week and we'll have to see. When their team is full strength, like it's scary. Like, it's a team that you don't want to play against and they'll be projected for a lot of points too.
And it beat me. So
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, unfortunate I'm being at 2-7. All right, number 10, which is very surprising. Wait, let me make sure this team is number 10.
thought he might have been 9.
No, no, he's number he's we're almost there. But number 10 is Sam, which is also very surprising. But due to his record,
I
I
I
still
I,
think I had this team at number 6 in my power
I
rankings.
put him pretty low personally.
Yeah, I mean the others I think the others they put him at 10 or 9. But this team like when it's healthy, like is like the team is a super team and is arguably the most complete roster in our league. Um, but they're just not getting it done on the field due to like different situations. You can blame the manager, but when it comes to injuries and bye weeks, like and just he's not really getting it done. But you know, I don't
You,
know. It's just a bad situation.
they're not getting it done on the field, but I personally think this manager isn't getting it done off the field either. Um, if we're talking about one of the most complete rosters, and he's not making any moves.
Yeah, yeah, that is
I,
true.
you can if you want to pay me, I can give him some trade advice.
Yeah,
Uh, because there are some real obvious things for him to do, real
yeah,
obvious.
yeah. Like
But
very, very obvious.
like, but I don't think he's hitting anyone up. So
Yeah. Yeah, he's made one trade this season, but that trade was just a layup. Like it was literal layup. Like he got offered that trade, and I was like, oh, it's easy, yes, you know. But I don't think like you can correct me if I'm wrong, Sam. I don't know if you're watching this, but like I don't know if you really came to people and asked for, a trade or whatnot. And it shows that you haven't because this team could have been one of the best teams assembled this year, let alone all time looking at like the depth and he has like top 12 positions like in he has two top 12 RBs, two top 12 wide receivers. You can argue in the flex too. Like it's just such a good team and he has the bench as well. But yeah, unfortunate for him. The thing is like in this week's power rankings like everyone's record like is kind of gotten a little bit even and teams are losing, teams are winning, and is like the votes were like really close. I'm pretty sure this is at 25, and the other two, 11 and 12, were both like unanimously number 11, unanimously number 12. So yeah. Number eight, tied for number eight, is I think it's Indian DJ. Yeah, Indian DJ. We'll go over Indian DJ
can
first.
you do?
Actually, we'll wait for him. Well, I think he's on his way here. So we'll go with the number eight team, which is Bark for Daddy. And Barkford Alley is 6-3, but ranked at number eight in the power rankings, and this is exactly why. He has arguably the worst team in the league in terms of roster construction. He has no RB2. Like his RB2 is Tony Pollard, who's on bye, and then Chuba Hubbard is starting. He started him for him last week. He's starting for him this week. His wide receiver is like it's just really, really bad. I don't think he has maybe other than T. Higgins, I don't think he has a top 24 wide receiver rest of the season. So yeah.
I there isn't enough that I can say about this guy he's said a lot of heinous things towards myself that I cannot repeat on camera. Um the team sucks. He has a good QB, he has a good running back, a solid tight end, and outside of that,
That's about it.
it's about it. A decent wide receiver. Like how this team is 6-3 is unbelievable. Like it's shocking on
Yeah.
so many levels.
Yeah.
Um, I I said last week, and I definitely got a whole bunch of shit wrong there in my 6 team playoff preview or what I projected. If there's one thing I feel good about is Kirk missing the playoffs because I think he sucks.
Yeah.
I think any team in this league could beat him. I think Alvin would. I think he plays Alvin twice, and I think Alvin could wipe him. So who knows?
Yeah. I have to agree. I don't think this team like it'll be shocking. I don't know how many games did Joseph lose last year in a row to miss the playoffs. I think he was at 6 wins and he just lost like every game until
Yeah, I'd have to check, but
yeah. I mean, we could have one of those again. Uh so yeah.
it would honestly be pretty historical,
Yeah.
to
For
lose like
six and
that.
two.
It would, I'm just gonna check real quick about where Joseph was at. So week 9, Joseph was, let's see, I can't, it doesn't show their record at the time. I'm too lazy, but uh, well, whatever it was, Joseph's so bad, and the way he missed the playoffs was also Mickey as well. But
Yeah. He lost like 6 games in a row to finish the season, and he was at 6 wins.
yeah,
And he ended up losing the last game, unluckily. But I mean, that like his
well, he finished.
performances were until that last game were terrible.
Well, Joseph finished 5-9 last year.
He finished five and so he was like I think he was like 5-1 or something like
He might
that.
have been 5-1 or
Yeah,
whatever.
like 5-2.
One of the
All right.
worst to a season.
All right. We'll go to our number eight team.
But
Unfortunately, he's
yeah,
still not here. Um,
Joseph could have. He didn't beat Sparsh by 2 points, and he would have been able to get in the playoffs at 6-8. That's what it was.
Yeah, and he would have won the championship if he was in the playoffs, which is crazy. All right, number eight. I had this team at number seven, I think, or maybe I don't remember.
No,
But
Williams
this
had.
team is good. Like the thing is, he is 3-6, so it's just a long road for him. He has to basically win out, or he can only lose one more. And but in terms of the overall roster construction, like he has Rashi Rice, so he has two insanely good wide receivers. He has two very, very decent running backs with Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren. Oronde Gadsden has really come through for him. I think is like a huge separator, and he just has like some upside at flex with Woody Marks and DK. Um, I think that's about it. You can include Christian Watson. Quarterback, he's having trouble picking the right one every week. I think he's going off matchups after his mistake, and he was purely Daniel Jones last few weeks, but now he's back to Caleb Williams after that performance. So yeah, I'm gonna let you speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, you might call the what's it called? Sorry, one sec. The Jalen Warren Abuka trade as a layup. I think, as things are looking in hindsight, at least, I think it's been looking like a good trade. Uh, Abuka got hurt, which isn't the fault of Sam, but he's put up multiple single-digit weeks in a row. And Warren looks to be a good, reliable running back too. So, good, solid running backs, two of the best receivers in football, and a good tight end. Like this is a team that, you know, it, it can still find its way into the playoffs. But the room for error is really not there anymore. So,
Yeah.
but the way things are looking, I think 7 wins will still be the sweet spot. Um, I need to let me just look at his schedule real quick. I know he plays Sam this week, which is I know Sam hasn't been performing, but that's still a scary opponent. Um, and let's see. Yeah, Sam. Then he has a free week against Kirk, and then Sparsh. That's a big game as well. We have to imagine that'll be one of the biggest playoff implication games. So
Sorry, I missed that. I missed that. You
no,
said Kirk and then who?
Sparsh.
Sparks. Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
That week 12 game would be one of the
Yeah.
big games. So
Yeah. You just gotta
there.
take it one game at a time. He can do it. I had him ranked pretty high, like high regarding I think a lot of people like it was just so even. Like I think this team was like at 24 and
Outside of the top two, it became really hard to rank to me.
yeah, exactly. And like if this team can win games, gain some momentum, take it one week at a time, it could do a lot of good things in the playoffs.
I don't want to see this team in the play. I
Oh
really
yeah,
hope
for sure. I don't want
playoff.
to see either.
I don't want
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah. Same. I don't want to see this team. Um, so yeah. Now we'll go tied for number six, I'm pretty sure. Um, is Heterophobes locked in, which is Joseph. I wanted to rank TJ above this team. I don't know if I did, but they just played each other. I was like it was really close with me. Let me check where I ranked. Yeah, I ranked them back to back. I ranked Joseph above him. Um, this team is obviously like they're it's a good team. Like it has stars, it has Lamar, it has Bijan, it has Brock Bowers. But the main concern is the wide receivers. He just got JMO as he made a trade Jackson Dart for JMO. We'll get in that further on. I think Spears is underrated. I know they didn't trade Pollard, but Spears could be underrated. He has Travis Hunter in his IR. The main concern is the wide receivers, though. He doesn't have a true wide receiver one. Cortland Sutton has been losing targets to Troy Franklin. Keenan Allen is just kind of a boom bust. Brees Hall, Jets is just in like they just a shit show. But who knows? Like he's also losing carries to Isaiah Davis, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I will say Trayvon Henderson is at least trending in a better direction.
I don't know. Like I don't know if I agree with that because Ramondre missed last game.
Oh,
Travion had a good game of usage. I'm pretty sure he had 12 points,
I didn't
but
realize.
he didn't get the goal line carry.
Oh,
Oh,
TJ.
yeah, TJ's here.
Sorry, y'all.
All right. We're going over Joseph's team right now at number six.
We just went over yours, TJ.
It's all right.
All right. So yeah, this team, they have some upside candidates at wide, but they just don't have that true wide receiver one. They haven't been winning games. They are 4-5. They still have like a hill to climb. They had a huge win against TJ last week. But yeah, the team is good. It's a team that you don't want to play against any week. But due to situation, they have to be ranked at number six.
TJ, I recounted every single one of your feelings about your matchup against Joseph, so everyone should kind of understand.
Thank you. Yeah, you can question the quarterback play, but who cares? We'll get here to six. I think the reason as a lot I lost for the reasons I'm a believer in this team. I like Lamar, I like Brock, and that goes far with Bijan. We'll see what Brees is, especially with this fucking he wants to leave the team. I think there's a non-zero chance, closer to 5 to 10, with a new coach, new regime. I wouldn't be shocked if they just sit him, which is crazy because they didn't take the fourth from Kansas City for the trade. But if he gets one more crash out, I mean, I think there's a possibility he sits, and then it gets a little scarier for Joseph. He made a trade for Jameson this week. What was it? Well, he gave up Jackson Dart. I get it. He doesn't need to play Dart. I think you can get more for Dart. I'm not a big Jameson guy. I think he needs consistency at the wide receiver position. I know Travis is out. I didn't really like the trade. Bowers is going to be so good. He's like a wide receiver that I like this. I still like Joseph's team, but ultimately him in this middle ranking makes sense because these wide receivers are just like Keenan Allen's borderline benchable. Like he really is. Jameson Williams is I don't know him too well, to be honest, if I'm being super transparent, but he feels borderline benchable. And so like that's why this team has its strengths, but six feels right.
Jameson Williams is you literally don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's too hot cold. And even with Keenan, sure, the floor ceiling is not going to be too great, but it's at least some consistency. It's not amazing, and it's kind of like Cortland too, where you can't just rely on Lamar and James, especially with two bad Bijan weeks. I know he's going to be better, but like it just tells you this team is fallible quickly, right? He's won Brock Bowers' 43-point performance. If that shit was 33, right? We're talking about this team a little differently, right? I mean,
Yeah, he gets ranked at number eight.
nine, yeah,
Yeah.
literally 8, 9, just like what's happening, and
Yeah.
I love Brock Bowers. I'll end my spiel soon, but because I'm just upset. But listen, I ranked this team high preseason because of Lamar and Brock Bowers, and this team is that good. They're going to. Kasich said week one, I have Josh Allen, I have of Jamar Chase. I'm always going to find a way to win a week. It's kind of the same thing with this team. It really is. But damn it, I'm still upset.
Yeah. All right. Ranked tied for number six. Let me double check. I think it's Carter. Yeah, it is Carter. Carter moves to 5-4. I had this team at number nine, and I'm not saying Carter's team is bad, but I just think the other teams are better. Um, he loses Jaden Daniels for the rest of the season. He gets J.K. Dobbins in a trade. J.K. Dobbins is an upgrade to David Montgomery. I feel like, and his wide receivers are really good. Jefferson and Pittman. Pittman has been really good this season. He loses Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. I got him, so we'll talk about that later. He gets Troy Franklin, which I think that he should be starting this week. I think he's gonna have a big game. Um, so yeah, his team is decent. Nala, his bench is terrible. Like he still has like kickers and defenses on his bench. Um, and
And Daniels
yeah,
is out the
Xavier Worthy has been
year.
really
He's
bad
going to
this
be in
year
no
too.
goddamn IR spot. Um, Sorry, I'll just
Yeah,
jump in. This team fucking sucks. Like even a Justin Jefferson, if you take out the name and look at the production, it's not as good as a guy that's going to carry you up as you would think. And so when I look at this team, it sucks. I think the trade was stupid. I really do. I don't think there is a big difference between J.K. Dobbins and David Montgomery. Maybe by a point or two. It's not the difference between Marvin Harrison and fucking Troy Franklin. I mean, are we out of our damn mind? Sorry, it's shit like this that's going to cause you to always find a way to fucking lose, and you're not even finding a way to lose. You're finding a way to find a way to win. You're just putting yourselves in bad situations, and so I'm not a fan of this team. There's no Michael Pittman's a league winner, but he's stuck on a fucking terrible, terrible team. And what's he gonna do? I have no idea in hell how this team is 5-4. I hate this league at times because how the fuck is this team 2 wins ahead of me? I mean, are we fucking serious? My team. Sorry, man. I'm not happy. I'll stop. I'll leave the room.
Yeah. You know, this Kappa this season has been the definition of you got to find a way to find a way. He just finds a way to find a way, you know? Um, and honestly, underrated is he's kind of just stuck by with the Lions defense week in, week out. Works out pretty well usually. So
He had Matt Prater on IR, and he's finally playing him. I
He had
want
three.
Matt Prater to miss his first kick.
No, he only had 3 points last week. Matt Prater. He
Sorry,
started
sorry.
Matt Prater.
I can't believe he's not playing Chase McLaughlin.
Yeah. Like, why are we even having no argument? Why does he have a kicker on his bench?
Wait, can
Like,
you click on Chase McLaughlin? Because I'm quite sure he's like top 6 this year.
no, he's been incredible. He's literally 6. And he just passed his bye week. He's been incredible, Chase McLaughlin. But why is there like, should I start Matt Prater or Chase McLaughlin? Like why is not one of them on the waiver wire? And he should
Dude,
100% start Chase
I think
McLaughlin.
there's a bigger argument. This trash ass team should have both kickers on the waiver wire, and he just figures it out later. I'm sorry.
I mean,
This team, this team is rated what?
they're tied for number 6, but they're I think like 4 points behind you. So it was like really close. I had to
Care.
see him at number 9. I had to see him at number 9, by the way. I
I
think
think
I think Ankit had to
I,
see him pretty high up.
I put him high just because the guy finds a way to find a way.
He does. He does. Can you click on Justin Jefferson real quick? Sorry. I'm not as tapped in as the fans usually expected me today. But
Not complete stats. Where do I see game log?
No, just scroll down.
Right here.
let's scroll down. Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty underwhelming. I mean, it's been good. It's consistent 15, 17 piece. It's good. But I don't know. I feel like you're ranking JJ as a bit higher when you see his name versus what you're getting, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's crazy. Michael Pittman and Justin Jefferson haven't been that far off this year.
They
And I'm not
haven't,
blaming
no.
Justin. Let's not get it twisted.
You gotta
That's
get
still
some
my
credit
number
too.
one. I mean, he's dealing with JJ McCarthy, who looked better, whatever. But JJ McCarthy threw for less than 200 yards last week in a game that they beat the Lions. If you told me they beat the Lions, assuming Justin Jefferson had 150 yards. You know,
What,
like
uh,
it's
what,
shocking.
what do we do if Coppin wins the league?
What do we
He's
do?
not gonna win the league.
We disband the league. But don't worry, that'll never happen.
But look, like Pittman has been really good this year.
He
Yeah.
has. He has. I took Josh Downs over him, I believe.
Really? I don't think there's no way.
I took
Like
him
he's like a
in
round below.
I took him in veggie.
Oh,
I
okay.
drafted up for Downs in a lot of leagues, so there's a chance.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Where's the okay. Now at number 5, we have Ted Offensive.
One and only. God.
which again, he should be
It is
fine for
so.
having a name that is considered offensive to the people of Vietnam. But whatever.
Tedero is Vietnamese? I thought he's
No,
like
the
Samoan.
Tet offensive is in reference to an attack against the Vietnamese people during the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay,
Tet
okay.
is the Vietnamese New Year, and T Mac doesn't like the name Tet. Tet's Hawaiian though, or T Mac is Hawaiian.
Yeah. All right. How did this team win 4 games in a row with no running backs? Like,
Well, no, he has a running back that just summoned all the devil magic possible.
yeah, he continues to start him like every week. Like that is his guy. Like RJ Harvey's just his guy. Like
He finally is going Charbonnet over Walker, which I think he
no,
should have done.
he's been doing that. He's been doing that actually.
No, he's been playing both. He's been playing both.
He's been playing both. Yeah, but he started
But
Charbonnet over
he
Walker last week.
not last week. They're on bye last week. He played Harvey and fucking remember
No,
that was a damn night
they
week.
played last week. The week before they were on bye.
No. Last
No,
week,
that was last
Jeremy
week.
McNichols.
Oh no, that
Seattle
was 2 weeks ago. That was 2 weeks ago. You're right.
Seattle
You're right.
played
Yeah, 'cause
Washington.
Washington
Oh,
lied.
last week being my bad. I interpreted last week wrong.
Yeah, I did as well. But no, yeah, and it's funny because Kenneth actually outscored Zach on the last week. At the end of the day, the fact that this team is 5-4, if I'm correct,
Yeah.
everybody should be frightened. This was a team that should not be here, and this is a team that will get better at the end of the year. Now, I may sound like a broken record. Tedero McMillan is going to be better by the end of the year. RJ Harvey is he's getting more touch. He's going to be better by the end of the year. He's getting a little too much touchdowns. It's going to regress. Drake London, Nico Collins. I mean, CJ's out this week, even though Davis Mills like himself some Nico, so there's really no difference. This team is good. It is a team you should still be scared of because they have the MVP of the league on their team as well, in Drake May. Tight end, big blow there though. I
Drake,
will
Drake,
say
Yeah, it's a huge blow.
Drake, May.
exactly. Drake, May.
Yeah,
So watch out, fellas. I mean, but
Losing Tucker Craft
it's
was a massive
huge,
blow to this
huge. Yeah,
team.
huge.
yeah.
Um, but this guy will do something to make up for it. So
But
yeah,
his ranking is pretty apt. Like I don't think he should be
Yeah,
higher. There's an argument he could be slightly lower, but some of the teams we just talked about are not better than this
so
team.
those in Wake County, if any Wake County listeners with any kids, please watch your kids this week, the coming weeks. It's gonna start to get scary.
yeah. Um. All right, number 4 is a Moog. Chimera versus the World. They have lost 3 games in a row. They start off 5-0, so they lost 4 out of the last 5. Um, so yeah, on paper, this team is like the names are there. Like he has Jacobs, Puka, Herbert. You can even, Rome has been bad, but you can say Rome. Um, but he has like his main weakness has to be his depth. And like his team just hasn't really been producing week in, week out. No, Terry McLaurin has just not been playing. Javante has been good this year as well. He didn't have a good week last week. Ferguson, same. So yeah,
Sorry. I'm pitching first here. I disagree. Forget the depth. The starting lineup is not good. It is not good. Rome will be better, sure. He is not a consistent wide receiver one that he was getting the talks of this year. He's a I don't even have him as a high end wide receiver two. I have him as smack dab wide receiver two with a high ceiling and a low floor. Alvin Kamara at the RB2. Okay, we'll put him at the flex. Javante Jacobs, good running back core. Herbert, I believe he's quarterback. He's top 5 this year, so good.
yeah,
Ferguson, I'm sorry, with the new offense with CD and back, he's not that good. That the way that we liked his team with Ferguson should not be the same. Him and Hawkinson are borderline the same, which is not a tight end advantage essentially. That with his bench does not lead much here. And I love Puka. I'm not going to take away from Puka. But if we kind of play the game of quarterback tight end, it's mid. If we play the game of who are your top 3 best players, Puka, Josh Jacobs being your second, and his third's probably you could go Herbert then Jacobs probably, or
You gotta
Jacobs
you
and
gotta
Herbert.
you gotta respect Jacobs. He's been good.
No, I do. But the thing is, this year the elite running backs have been elite. Where Jacobs is, even though he's produced in the way you want him to, it's not as good as it used. It's not as good as you kind of want it from a positional advantage
Well,
standpoint.
he's wait. Well, no, Jacobs is
he's
scoring
been
20 a
really
game.
good.
He's scoring 20 a game, dude.
Is he really? Am I completely bugging?
Yeah.
Scoring at least 20 a
The thing
game.
is, like the one
Where's
thing you worry about, like Jacobs is banged up, like he's playing hurt right now.
and he's losing the
You get
touches to
Ankit
Wilson.
can attest to this. The reason why he's losing touches is because he's banged up.
Wait, real quick, can we see his average? I mean, those two 30-point weeks definitely carry it up, but
Yeah, 30-point
Um,
week and then 2 20-point weeks. 19.6.
19.6.
no. I'm saying positional rank. Does it not show? And
Number
the
5. He's number 5.
he's 5. Okay, so that is better than I thought. Yeah, okay. Herbert, Puka, who's 1, right? Realistic. And Herbert, I guess they're a good 3. Maybe I'm hating too much. I don't know. I just don't love this team.
Yeah.
Like I would put it maybe above Sparsh's, but I
Well,
don't look at it. I'm not scared.
I agree. I don't love it either. I think I put it below Sparsh. There's there's a lot of it's hard to feel good about the second wide receiver 2 and then the flex and then a tight end 2. It's starting to get a little scary there, and the wins haven't been coming either. And honestly, one of the lower total point scores in this league. So we
Yeah.
got to see what happens for this team.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row. That's a huge factor. They had just haven't been
Who
performing.
do they play this week?
Code Monkey, which is going to be 4 in a row, most likely.
Hmm.
Which is going to be
don't
4 in
say
a
that.
row.
Stop,
Which is going
stop,
to be
stop,
4 in a
stop, stop, stop.
row.
You can't jinx. Hey, man.
Sorry. I'm knocking
Commissioner's
on
been
wood. I'm
more
knocking on
more
wood.
tolerant of crimes now that he's up there. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it ain't
Power,
right.
what
Right.
power does to people, man.
I won't say the headlines that have been going around, but the headlines, man.
All right,
Dude.
number 3. Let's quickly change the subject. Who is number 3? Keshav.
Fucking crap.
Why
Oh
is he still
my
have Kenny G?
god.
This team is looking good. This team is looking really good. That's why it's scary. Um, it's because of one man, and it's this man only. Let me bring him up.
Rico Dowdle.
This man has saved his team. Like, he finally finds his top 12 running back. His wide receivers are still really good. He doesn't have Jamar Chase this week. He has Jamar Chase on bye. Quarterback, arguably the best fantasy football quarterback in the league. Um, Tight end, Fannon's kind of fallen off, but he's still good.
No. Fan is off a bye, just been quiet. Fan has
Okay,
been giving you decent
now Fannon's about
production.
to be insane. But yeah,
No, Fan has had
um,
decent production.
He had the most Mickey Mouse Mark Andrews game last week.
that was insane. But it wouldn't have made a difference. I would have still lost. But uh, like that was crazy. Let me tell you a story. I forgot to say this one. But I didn't know that he was starting Mark Andrews. I don't know why. I just didn't think anyone had like Dolphins Ravens. And I had my dinner. I put the game on, and I was like, oh, they're in the red zone. I was hoping like Derrick Henry would get a touchdown. I don't even know why. I just wanted Derrick Henry to score because of TJ.
TJ with that too.
Yeah, and no, I wanted them to score, TJ, and
I know, man. I'm just mad.
yeah, and they do a play action. They pass the ball to Mark Andrews. I was like, holy shit, Keshav has a Mark Andrews, and I was sick, bro. I was sick, and he
And
ended
they
up scoring
scored
another
again.
touchdown. Yeah, they scored another one. But
And
yeah,
Rishi, we promised a Daniel Jones, Tyler Warren connection after that, and Daniel Jones had 5 turnovers.
yeah, and Daniel Jones had Tyler Warren wide open, and he missed him. Like the ball got tipped. Like it was like
TJ,
it was just
how many
so
points did you
bad.
lose by, TJ?
He lost by 6.
Damn, 5 turnovers. Damn, that's 10 points.
Five turnovers?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I should have maybe played Caleb. I'm not too upset about it. I think I should have in hindsight,
How do
though.
you
I don't
not
think.
play Caleb against the worst passing defense in
Dude,
the league?
he's been so. Baltimore is also one of the worst fucking defenses in the league, and he had 4 points last week.
I
Like,
mean,
he's so hot cold, and Daniel Jones has rushing value that to me, it was just like, I don't mind taking the floor even if I lose a little. And also, Pittsburgh's defense, we can say in hindsight, Pittsburgh's defense looks very good because they're Pittsburgh. They've been fucking terrible almost all year.
Yeah. They have.
yeah, but they did beat Drake.
Five turnovers.
It's true.
Yeah. All right, number 2 is me. Um, Even though I had a dud week, I still say number 2. Uh, Looking at my team, I know I have some bye week issues this week. I still have Jalen Hurts, I have Gibbs, I have Chase Brown on bye, I have Smitty, Pickens, and I just acquired Marvin Harrison Jr. Still have Tyler Warren. He hasn't been good the last couple of weeks. Hopefully he'll get better. I know he'll get better. He's a dog. Um, and so yeah, tough matchup
Oh,
this week against
wait,
Sparsh,
you're doing
but
a Tyler Warren, Theo Johnson play?
Which is
yeah, why
crazy
not?
because it was Colston Loveland until 4 hours ago.
No,
Then he
no,
picks up Theo
it's gonna be
Johnson.
Colson Loveland. It's for the other team to what's it called? To
Be
be
scared.
prepared to be scared. Not to be scared. The projection in their head. Then
Yeah. And they
and
play
then
ceiling plays that become
yeah,
busts and then you
yeah,
win.
yeah, exactly.
Congrats, dude. Congrats. You telegraphed it to the whole league on a podcast, you idiot.
Sparsh doesn't watch the podcast. He's too busy studying. All right.
Okay.
Even though if he does, he's not getting this far. All right.
Sorry, fans.
All right.
Yeah,
Obviously,
okay. I'll speak first if you don't mind. I know
yeah.
you've kind of talked. I thought you absolutely won the trade. I was looking for myself. Honestly, like I have a package that I'm trying to float out, but I haven't done it to many people because I want the right person. And Morgan was the guy I was thinking about. And Rishi texted me last night. He goes, "Yo, I'm thinking of doing this trade." And if I was a bad person, chat and fans, I would have told him I don't know, and I would have offered the same fucking shit and try to get him. I would have, but I've grown as a person recently. You know what I'm saying? I've gone through my own trials and tribulations.
You grew as a person recently. Oh,
Yeah, I saw the Panthers beat the Packers. We'll get more on that later. But yeah, it helped me become a better man. I met some Green Bay people, good people. But anyways, Marvin Harrison's the kind of guy you make that package for. I mean, he's a guy that we've talked all, I feel like every week, week in, week out, Reese's team is going to make a trade for a wide receiver. And he didn't give up that much. 4 running backs can afford to get rid of a third/fourth running back. For a guy that can fill the same role but be way more, and with Jacoby starting, and now the news coming out that Kyler's on IR, and shockingly, it doesn't feel like they're backfilling him on the last couple weeks, which is weird. I think it's about to be 4 weeks from here, which we could get into that. I have to wear my tinfoil hat. Sorry to ramble. I think it's the kind of trade that, it's like league winner shit almost. And if it doesn't really work out, he has another flex, another guy that could potentially play in. Sure, the deadline's in a week, but I don't think there's any regrets over a move like it. And personally, I'm very bullish. I think It's the kind of stability he needed in a wide receiver one. Marv's floor isn't that low either. That I'm very, very one proud. Rishi isn't that aggressive in the market. Not to say this is a very aggressive trade, but very happy that he did this. And two, I'm also very terrified. This team got better, and like he said, he has bye weeks. You put this team at full strength, it's not fun.
All right, thank you for that. All right, Ankit.
Yeah, just at the end of the day, going to the playoffs, it's going to be Gibbs, Brown, Smitty, Marv, and Jalen
No,
Hurts.
Marv Pickens.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
So it'll be one of the most complete teams in the playoffs, probably the most complete team in the playoffs. Um, maybe you worry about the overall ceiling. That might be your only concern, but it's it's the most complete rosters. It's a scary thing, honestly.
All right. All right, we'll go to number one. Thank you again. But number one, Code Monkey. Again. He moves to 7-2, fourth win in a row, third win in a row, sorry. Um, and he's just been on fire. You know, one of his running backs pop off every week, if not both. It used to be both, now it's like last two is one or another, but it's gonna be both. Devontae Adams still doing it at his ripe age of I don't know what it is, but he's old. Um, main weakness is a wide receiver too, but he's trying his best to fill that hole. And Quinshon Judkins, he has a great matchup this week. We'll have to see. Tyron Tracy is a huge disappointment. I feel like I actually called out that Singletary was the play, even though he's not really the play because the Giants are ass, sadly. Um, Kyle Pitts has been good. He still has Mickey Mouse, Dallas Goedert on his bench. So yeah, and he made a trade for Jackson Dart, another Giant. Traded Jameson Williams. I think that's a really good deal for Ankit. Jackson Dart is arguably a top 7 quarterback rest of the season. So yeah.
Yeah, for I think getting Jackson Dart was, I think big, pretty solid playoff matchups as well. Just with the amount of rushing design running plays that he gets, just presents a lot of good value just the QB position. So excited to have him on the roster. Still looking to do something on the wide receiver 2 front. We got time till the deadline. Been on the phones trying to be relentless about it. So we'll see, as the days go on, if anything happens there.
Yeah. And you have a week. I like the trade as well. I will say there is some risk in it, but I don't think it matters because you get rid of a guy like JMO that you shouldn't be upset about not playing, really,
Jamie
like
was
ever.
never going to see the field for me.
Exactly. Like you can, if you're like, fuck, I have to play Jawan Jennings instead, right? Somebody might be pro JMO if they aren't, whatever. I don't want to get into it. You're not really, the difference in points isn't that much, but the difference in cornerback's big. Interesting you did it before Baker plays. He had a bye week and you chose to do this, but I agree. Baker's not the play, so I'm happy you did it. I just, it's interesting, like if we reflect on, your thoughts on Rishi's team just now, like how going into the playoffs, we have a lot of confidence that he's going to be like the most complete team. It's like, is that something that we should be striving for in fantasy, right? Like it sounds crazy, but there's a real argument that you don't really need to, right? If I have the two best running backs and the best receiver,
That's what
fuck.
I was going to say. Like, obviously, like there's concern at the wide receiver 2 position, but like when it comes to completeness, like if you have just the top end best guys,
Yeah.
that'll kind of
Yeah.
see completeness.
Exactly, exactly. Which is why, like, this team, you have a Pitts, like I think it's to me, it makes a lot of sense that you pick one position where you're like, I'm just sticking with that and I'm gonna max upgrade. There's some people in this world that would say it has to be quarterback. Now you pick Jackson to be that guy. You have a 1 week determination to say, fuck, Jackson sucked against the Bears this week at Chicago. That maybe I'm going to make the final all out trade where it's my third trade for a quarterback, but it's the best, right? Or it's like, fuck it, what do I do to get Brock Bowers? And I give Pitts back, and that difference means to you. Or I'm getting myself the best wide receiver I can get, right? Like you have those three different options in front of
Right.
you. I don't think there's a clear right, wrong. Um, I think there is a clear that you have to make one of them. But I mean, as long as you have those two at running back, it's going to be a long day for everybody playing you. Which is why I'm
Yeah.
upset, because I had the third most points last week, outscored you, outscored all these fucking fools, and I still fucking lost with Brock Bowers at 43 points.
Way to make it about yourself.
I'm sorry, dude. I keep trying not to.
This is underrated.
Yeah,
What is
I like
underrated?
Alec
This is
Pierce.
this is underrated.
The Alex Pierce?
Yeah, Alec Pierce.
Yeah, dude, I can say fucking Malik Washington's underrated. He doesn't need underrated. He has a lot of guys that he can play as flex. He needs real starters.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah, I
not.
agree.
We good at flex, but
Listen. Like we're at the point of the season where sure, like week 14, week 15, shit hits the fan. He has people that he can have, and that's good. It's always good to have depth at some point.
oh,
But he's
I
but he,
promise. Like, I'm not thinking about depth at all.
exactly.
I
I know, and I know you're not.
I am literally thinking about. I'm under the assumption that I'm going to get the first round bye, so I am literally only thinking about the 2 playoff weeks that I'm going to have to play. That's
Smart.
that's all that
Yeah.
matters to me at this point. Because I essentially with my point scored and everything, I have like a 2 game lead for the first round bye. So
I'm curious, what do you think Quinshon and Judkins could get you? Or sorry, Quinshon and Jawan.
we're trying.
That's about it. I'm sure that's the big package, but yeah.
Because I'd be lying if I said I'm not. I am trying to go for a top 10 positional player. And I'm trying to get another all-star level play on this team. So we're trying. We're hitting the phone. So we will see.
Yeah.
Sorry to the fans, but
It's been
before we go to
tough. It's been
before we
tough.
go to the next segment, can we just go back to my team and I give my thoughts? I'd just love to hear from you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you got the floor.
So listen, I said I'm all ears. I'll listen. I think this is still a good team. There's some flaws. It's not fully complete. I still think it's a good team. The thing that bothers me the most is I had a deal on the table, Rashi Rice and DJ Moore for Travis Hunter and Brock Bowers. It is an obvious overpay. I said no. I originally offered Alec. He countered with DJ. I said no. And then Travis tore his ACL the next day too, and I was like, okay, I
He
can't even
didn't
do
tear his
it.
ACL.
Or sorry, he didn't tear. Sorry.
He's
He's
just
on
on
IR.
IR.
Four
Yeah.
weeks leg injury, knee injury. I'm not too sure. But because I wanted to buy Brock Bowers. The thing is, and Joseph was high on Brock Bowers, which is fair. I think if Brock Bowers busts this week, his value tanks a lot. This past week, because he was finally quote unquote healthy. If he sucked, it's like okay, the Brock Bowers that people might have been expecting was not. The fact that he boomed, I mean, I
Not
would.
only boom, he had the best
I'm
scoring
gonna
week
quiz
as
you.
a
I'm gonna
tight
quiz
end
you.
that I can
I'm gonna
remember, bro.
yeah. I'm gonna quiz y'all. Is he? He's by far tight end one rest of the season, right?
Yeah,
It's not
obviously.
even. It's not even close, right?
Yeah.
That's so frustrating. And I lost to that, and I love him so much, and I didn't do it, and that's also why I'm upset. But going to my team, this team being 3-6, my opinion personally, truly, is the rest of the league is very lucky. If this team was 4-5, guess who win against Sam? Who, by the way, James Cook didn't practice today.
Yeah.
Bucky might not even play this week.
Yeah.
If I can find a way to, this is still a very good 3-6 team I'm playing. I'm playing the other best 3-6 team in the league,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
and if they're lucky that they're not playing us, because I still think like we look at these power rankings that we just did, right? I mean, Keshav was team 3, and I think I could beat him. I give
TJ,
him the edge.
before you came, TJ, I literally said I was like I would not want to see this team in the playoffs one bit.
Thank you, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Just it's
Not only cheering for your downfall, like I also didn't want you to win because I don't want to see you again
I'm
for the
yeah.
rest of the year.
I would rather
Yeah.
see Joseph in this team
Yeah.
because
I made a couple mistakes week to week that have cost me, and it really sucks to see that it's going to cost me big time. But
the same way that we talk about completeness of teams, like whether you need it or not, like you have the 2 superstars at wide receiver.
and it's kind of complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I could write a book about this year. I
I
really
had you
could.
I don't know if you listened to it, but I had you up at number
I know.
7. Actually,
I saw.
yeah. So
I
like
saw. I know the fact that
yeah.
I was given what, eighth technically because we had two tied for sixth, but
Yeah.
I was 4 away from them. Shows that the league knows I'm not that bad. It's just I think Joseph's the fucking idiot that put me at 9 or 10. I swear to God, give me a fucking rematch. That dumbass
Wait,
trash ass month.
we have it public.
Joseph put Kirk at 4. Like the
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, no. Listen. That
Yeah.
dumbass motherfucker saw NC State win and doesn't know right from wrong. Okay, sorry, Uncle, had to
Yeah.
throw that in there. I mean, this stupid idiot. Ah, whatever, I could go, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's really frustrating because I want to make a move for ceiling. It's tough because I have Rashi on buy. If I trade depth, who do I play on my flex? Do I put like a fucking whoever the fuck play Cade or whatever? I have these things, but I truly believe I'm a guy that's very trigger trade happy. And I've had allegations this year I'm not actually doing it. I like to bait. I mean, some of that is true, but I just don't think this is a team that you should be trading that much stuff in. You take out the record, you say this team is 6-3, you say, God fucking damn me.
I'd just be maybe trying to get uh even a marginal upgrade of flex if I were you, and that's about it.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, the package I'm offering, and I want to say this, and people think that when you offer a package consistently, that it devalues, and that's true that it does, just because of like psychology. But in reality, I'm offering DJ Moore and Woody Marks. It's a running back that a lot of teams could use as a flex kind of RB2 guy in certain situations. And DJ Moore, underwhelming to where you drafted, but honestly, if you look at what he's done this year, at borderline he's flex, he has some low wide receiver 2 value, especially look at the last couple weeks. That for me, if I combine them, upgrade. I would. I would have honestly. That's who I would have considered offering for more of, which I actually think is a slight overpay. Um, but it's a swing that I was willing to do. It's just there's nobody that really fits that. Like the Lad McConkeys of the world, maybe the DK Metcalfs, and it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
works for a guy
good.
like Keshav.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't. They're not guys that I want to swing on because if you make a trade for that, like you kind of want it to be that your guy for the rest of the season, and I don't think any of those guys are confident for me. So I've been looking a little this week. I've been trying to. I mean, you could argue I might be able to get a Rome on a low. I just don't know if I want Rome. Like I want floor. That's just who I am personally. I don't like the boom bust guys. And so realistically, I'm probably not going to make a trade this week. Maybe I find something. Maybe I find like a third running back for an extra team.
Could
But
we
that's my predicament, and we'll just see what happens.
could we take a look at TJ's schedule here?
It's not fun. Playing Sam as a 3-6 team is so stupid, dude. But
Yeah.
it's
Bro,
not
everyone's
but it
schedule is
is
fun
winnable.
except
But
for
it is
Kirk.
the thing is it is winnable. It is winnable because at the same time, if everybody's schedule is hard, everybody's schedule is easy, right? It
Yeah.
means anything can happen. I still, damn it, I'm me. I still think I'm making the playoffs.
You have a
I
weaker
really do.
schedule.
I
A
do, and
weaker.
I believe I'm going to make the playoffs. That's who I
Yeah.
am. That's always who I
Man,
will be.
If you win this game right here,
Yeah, watch out.
is because you have
Watch out.
Kirk. Kirk will
Watch out.
probably be another
Watch
win.
out. And I'm pulling the trigger
Sparsh,
on and
Sparsh with
I'm
Sparsh was
pulling the
still
trigger on
like
a trade.
so
He's
like
not easy.
we're gonna go into this week's matchups, but like Sparsh is like he's been scoring a lot of points, but his overall roster construction is like really bad.
It
Like
is.
it just he just finds ways to win, which is good for
man,
him.
TJ, imagine a winning in against me in the final week. That's what you dream of.
Yeah,
Hey
and
man,
those are type
I'm
of
not going
games
to
where
think about
like
that. I'm not going to think about that.
yeah,
As one
yeah,
week at a
you go one
time.
week at a time. Yeah. That's exactly TJ. You don't. This is exactly what I was saying about your team. I was like, he's got to take it one week at a time. Like he can get
Exactly.
there.
If I win, I'm going to pull the trigger on a trade. It's going to be big. I will say, if the league's watching, anybody's listening, Rashi's on the market. I also, even though I want to sit pat, if I need to make a move and Rashi's on buy and I'll give him to a contender, that's why Rishi, you making the Marv trade, I was like, damn, I wish I talked to you a bit more. You might have waited. He's on buy, which sucks, but at the same time, you and Unkit are guys that can wait and take the buy this week, maybe even take the loss, and I can take the players. I don't want the Quinshan Judkin package or Jawan package, so don't talk to me. But like there's something around something like that I'd consider. And there's an argument I don't need to, but every week matters and every win matters. That I'm kind of forced to be in the position where I do that and I figure it out later. Right? Maybe I trade back for another stud next week. But
Man,
I
that
mean,
five two.
that's how open I am to being to things. And I think you can, maybe I'm gassing myself. I think everybody in my position should be doing that. You should never shut yourself out. Just because we can all agree my team's a trade team that maybe doesn't really need to make a trade, even though it could a little here and there. Everybody should be on the block besides Jason. Holy
Yeah,
fuck. And I know if anybody asks, does Rashid Shaheed scare me? I'm happier.
yeah, but he's a clear out guy.
Clear out. They fucking
Yeah,
by the second quarter, they were doubling, if not tripling JSN. And he finished with 8 receptions,
yeah.
129 yards. I'll see y'all
Yeah,
next week.
he just didn't find the end zone.
All right, let's go over a waiver report. we had a pretty eventful waivers, I think, like regarding to like the last couple of weeks. Offers report.
Olamide Zacchaeus?
Who
Alvin?
got who got him, dude?
Uh, so
Idiots continuing to be idiots. Man,
all right,
that's all I
so
can really
start the
say.
first like I think the highest bid of the week was me, Coastal Loveland, $6. Um, I don't know. I
No,
drafted him.
no,
I had to
good,
get him.
good,
Yeah.
good. The
All
only
right.
thing I sorry, I will say something. It's I really like this. The one thing that I found very interesting, especially was this is the kind of guy people should spend more on. I'm very interested in you spending fab on him because trade deadline's next week. If you don't trade him after next week, there is a world that he could start over Tyler in some sense. I mean, he had a great week last week, and I mean, you've talked about all season rookie tight ends growing.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's a really fascinating question of you did the right decision, but you don't get any reward, right? And I
Yeah.
think that it's just an interesting thought.
Also, Tyler Warren's bye is next week, and I already said this. I'm probably starting Colson Loveland this week, so he's a
Over Theo.
2 week guy
No, I
with
get it.
yeah
Yeah,
with upside, of course. No Cole Kmet. I think he has a concussion. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd be very surprised if he plays. Next bid, Devin Singletary to RB1 in New York, $4. Okay, he needs running backs. Then defense. I put in a bid for Theo Johnson, ended up getting him for free. Luke Musgrave, unsuccessful. I think he's still on waivers. Okay, and then I have some $0. Christian Kirk, you got him. I got Emmanuel Wilson. I later dropped him for Theo Johnson, I think. And I got B Rob, but I later dropped him for Ray Davis after the James Cook news. So yeah.
yes, yeah.
And then I had Kenneth Gainwell bids too.
Can I tell you
Um,
guys a sneaky, underrated, terrible to fucking get? Cairo Santos is fucking terrible. He's going to miss a kick this week. The Giants are going to win the football game, and they're going to start
yes.
Jake Moody.
Yes.
Uh, I'm serious.
All right, let's go over our next week's matchups.
We could we just go over the standings in the playoff and like
Oh
put
yeah, sorry,
our
sorry.
playoff bracket right now real quick?
Yeah.
I think it's just good to
All
just
right, we'll quickly go over the standings
Yeah.
first and then playoff bracket. All right,
visualize what
standings. I feel like a lot of things changed. Amog is currently out of like starting off 5-0. He's currently out of the picture. Um, Sparsh finds himself inside the picture. Shane McCarter, Keshav, still he's been consistent the last couple of weeks. Kirk lost. Kirk's big bet, Ankit has on him missing the playoffs, and I'm slowly starting to agree with him. I stay in second place even with a bad loss. Looking at the points, actually looking at the last place race, big last place matchup last week, our prime time matchup in week 9, 2-2-6 teams. We had Vervant losing to Alvin. TJ's in 10th, but is obviously really close. He's 2 games behind for sixth. Looking at the points forced, Keshav gets a big boost. He goes in the second place, 40-point difference between me and third. Of course, Ankit still he has a almost 100 point, sorry, 60 point lead. Kirk fraudulent. Others, Carter been decent. Joseph's been good. Um,
What's low key shocking is how low I am, but I just had a couple bad
no,
weeks that really
you had a lot of
your
injuries.
5 game losing streak was
Yeah,
bad.
that shit
and
was
yeah,
brutal.
and points against is pretty high. So,
Yeah,
granted, I will say it's fourth, but or fifth, but I mean, shit, you got dudes like Joseph that have gone through the mud.
yeah, that's true. And then
To be fair, I did put up 184 on Joseph, so that inflates it.
yeah,
It's just, dude, I can't win at home, dude.
yeah.
Dude, I'm low key. I'm gonna have home field in the playoffs, and I haven't done well at
You're
home.
5-0 on the road.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right. If we look at the win streaks, biggest win streak so far, Sparsh 4 wins and Sam with 4 losses. All right. And then playoff percentages. Here we are. TJ at 17. You look to change that this week. Um, Projected playoff bracket.
We have reseeding on, right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do. Yep, that's very scary for you right
That was
Dude,
like
dude,
here.
every year, dude. He won. He won the whole league again. Congrats.
All right. And here's our playoff bracket, and then biggest headline: Amogue's in 7th place right now. So yeah, which is crazy.
I'm winning the losers bracket. That's all I know.
Not if he's in it. Not
Oh,
if
not
he's
if
in
Joseph was there.
it.
Not
Not
if
if he's
Joseph was
in
there, damn it.
Wait, I lost to him
it.
again, dude.
And we do mix up the seeds here too. So like he will be playing Amog,
Wait,
and
does May
then
I dig in your booty still have booty?
yes he
Yeah,
does.
he dropped 0 last week for him.
Trash ass.
No, he does not.
He dropped him. He started him last
I
week.
think teams that are named after dudes they don't have on their team should be fined, but whatever. I guess I'm too woke.
He's up to review that. We'll have to see. He has to send in something. I'll review that.
Smooth Jazz with Kenny G should have been
Yeah,
fined
I'm
years
sick.
ago.
Dude,
It's
All
a
right.
terrible
I hate that.
name.
I hate that name with everything in my heart. Like so much.
Smooth Jazz with
Yeah.
who cares? Is he just happy? Did he go
I'm
in
putting
chat
it in the chat.
and just search like? Does he even know who Kenny G is? Does he even know what instrument he played?
All right. Looking at our week 10 matchups, huge matchup here. Sparks versus me, 5-4 versus 6-3. Um,
Is this prime time?
Depends on what Joseph says. I think he might put it at prime time. This is a huge game.
I don't care. The guys that playing suck. I don't want to watch them.
Yeah, that is true. Like, um,
Okay, they're looking better than I thought, but it doesn't
all right.
matter. Spartia's flex wins the game for him. But no, I take it back. I need him to lose. Take me home, Jalen Hurst. Let's go, Rishi.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with myself. I have so many players playing in prime time, and I love when that happens. And
Rishi, you
hopefully,
Loki lost though. I'm telling you from a
I know,
Vegas
I know.
perspective, you actually lost, dude.
All right, Ankit.
Uh I got Sparge here.
All right,
RJ Harvey against Vegas. Oh,
bro. If he has a bad game, I win.
The,
Like,
my, my,
like
my
I'm
yeah,
just hoping. Yeah,
that is true. When
yeah.
he has a good game, I
I
apologize
lose.
in
I
advance.
lose. If he has,
Yeah.
if I lose,
my thing is Rishi, the Packers is a passing defense, or that worries me a little bit for your matchup.
I thought they haven't been good.
Well, the thing is, like, teams are just running more against them because they're fucking stupid against the rush for whatever goddamn reason.
I thought it was the exact opposite.
Well, Bryce Young won the game last week with 102 passing yards.
I
Because he
mean,
didn't need to do anything. Because
yeah.
your team
Okay,
fucking
that's a
sucks.
little concerning.
That's called
No,
game management, boy.
so that's what they're going to hand.
But yeah, and it's Green Bay
Yeah,
2.5, and I'm telling you, Green Bay won outright. So
that's better. Like,
They're going to hand the ball to
no, no,
Saban.
no. You know, but they won in a low scoring game.
okay, then that's worse.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea how they won.
I don't know.
Uh,
We'll see.
okay.
We'll
Anyways,
see.
we go up to the next week.
All right,
I
this is
will say
also a big
I
match.
think both these totals are going to be lower than how they present. But give me Ankit.
Yeah, I'm going Ankit.
I
Yeah.
think Indy has a slight concern. Their rushing game was pretty ineffective against Pittsburgh.
I mean, yeah, but it's one game.
It was.
All right, Bark for Daddy versus Carter. Give me Carter. Bark for Daddy doesn't have a lineup as of right now.
You know what? He does have a lineup. He might be projected for 90.
Yeah.
Who's this quarterback? Who's this quarterback?
Probably Joe Flacco.
Where's his bench?
Joe
It doesn't
Flacco's
show
on
his
bye.
show bench.
Oh,
Yeah, that was one of the stupidest pickups I've ever seen in my life. He
He
picked
picked up
up
Joe
Joe
Flacco this
Flacco
week.
last week. He picked up Joe Flacco last week, and he had Patrick Mahomes, and now Joe Flacco's on bye.
Wait, Loki on
And
my trade for Joe Flacco. He's so tough.
he is tough. I have
yes.
him in off the felt.
Well, yeah. I asked for Patrick Mahomes, and Kirk said you can have Joe Flacco. I said, okay, cool, good talk, man.
Wait, can you scroll down? Sorry. Does he have a tight end? He doesn't. So this guy sucks. Okay, I'm not even looking at his
And there
team.
was so many tight ends
Just scroll
on
up. Just
those
scroll up. Scroll up.
waivers.
I'm not
That's
even
to
giving.
drop Jake
So
Bates.
it's just
I gotta
two
mute
fucking
myself.
idiots playing each other, and one of them's about to be 6-4. I'm rooting for a tie. I refuse to vote for one of them to win.
Honestly, a tie hurts you
What?
because
Does it
like
really?
it,
5-4-1's better than 5-5.
just keeps both teams. It just keeps both teams ahead of you. You know.
Dude, I think I vote for Kopib, and then I just vote that both teams lose the rest of the way versus Kirk. If Kirk wins, he Loki locks up a spot.
That's
and
the.
I'm just gonna hope for a bink. So top bib, take me home, dog.
I mean, yeah, I got the thing is I got Coppin here, and Kirk's gonna lose this week and next week and drop to 6-5, and then it gets real scary for him.
Dude, these guys fucking suck.
This is
I'm
a
so
rivalry.
upset.
This is also a rivalry match.
Oh my god, it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, Joseph
Ex
better cook in the preview, bro. Like
exciting
their
white,
ancestors fought wars against each other. So
exciting whites, except it's not really that exciting.
Yeah, it's just shitty white wines. That's why I drink red. God.
it's crazy that no white person
And
has
I
won the
see
league.
another two teams that, dude, I fucking hate this league.
All right, we have Keisha versus Ravant. Keisha's projected to win. I'm gonna continue to go with Keisha. No CD for Ravant this week. He's going with two tight ends as well.
I don't think DeAndre Swift plays this week.
I mean, he has monogamized, so
And even if he does, the Giants won this week.
well, what does that have to do for monogamy?
Less
Oh,
rushing
he is. Are you saying
volume.
Kyle? Oh, yeah, he is Kyle. Kyle's looking better than DeAndre.
Like
Also, it's a Monin guy.
not even low key.
No, I think Rico Dowdle will have another huge week.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does my screen say Isaiah Likely? Holy fucking cow.
Your eyes
Um.
do not deceive you.
Okay, he wins because he is Josh Allen, and let's go home. The Rams
No,
lose to the
Rico
Niners
Dowdle
too.
against New Orleans.
The Panthers haven't won as favorites in 4 years.
Yeah, 0 and
Oh
10.
my God, there's always some bullshit with y'all. Okay, what do you pick?
T or not T Keshav, because I'm tired of seeing Bill play football on a team here.
Yeah. All right, another great matchup. Sam versus TJ. This is live or die right here. Um, Winner
This
go
this,
home.
this matchup depend. Bucky Irving was not at practice today.
It
Same with
wasn't?
James Cook.
No, yeah, Bucky Irving was not spotted at practice this today.
Please, please, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's not ethical, but winning. I'm not rooting for injury. I just hope he stays safe,
Wait,
just to re-aggravate anything.
you're trying to see him get
Yeah.
healthier.
But I'm just trying to win. Like I just am.
Yeah,
But the thing is, here's the thing. If one of them misses, he has ETN.
I
That's a
mean,
good
Etienne is a
back.
hard matchup. Etienne's playing
I
Houston.
I got TJ here because I think TJ's the better manager, the better coach. Sam's got a roster and he's not coaching those boys at the end of the day. He's just not.
Yeah.
So I'll
I
say something. Rishi told me last week. Apparently, whenever I say the other team's going to win, I lose. And somehow I found a way to lose last week. So I'm
no.
dogging this boy.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
coming for his hat, boy. I mean, it's not gonna be pretty what I do to that boy. He gonna come back from Italy. He gonna see a massacre. I'm gonna show him the real Ted Offensive, baby.
Just because TJ
Yeah.
did that, I'm going with TJ. Um,
I'm projected to lose. Wait, okay.
I
Who
mean
do you
that's
have win?
fine.
Oh, you have me because I'm the better. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Alvin, another rivalry matchup. Not the rivalry, but it's like one of the semi rivalries. Another, ancestors fought wars against each other. You know,
Oh no. Wait, they actually did though.
yeah, bro. Same with Kirk and Kirk is English, Carter is Irish.
Oh no.
I got
Fuck,
Alvin
dude.
this week. I got Alvin this week.
Oh my God, I don't even know what I'm rooting for. I guess Alvin because his team's worse.
I'm gonna go with Joseph. Alvin picking
Alvin's
up two
gonna
wins in a row is
Alvin's
just
gonna find a way to find
insane.
a way
It's
here.
No,
just
dog, dog,
insane.
dog. Brock Bowers is gonna find a way to fucking put it in his ass. And that's
No,
not even a
not,
joke.
it's not that easy against the Denver defense. Okay.
The Denver defense sucks too. I don't care.
I mean, okay, sure.
All
But
right,
you
well,
know
my
what?
hot
Wait,
take.
wait. You know who has the Denver? You know who has the Denver defense?
Sparse.
He's starting him every week.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't think they're that good. All right, what's my hot take? The thing is, I was gonna go with Giants beating Chicago, but TJ already said that a bunch of times, so it'll be unoriginal.
Is it that hot?
Yeah, I mean it's only Chicago
Bro,
minus
the
3,
Giants
so
are fucking
technically
like
from
we
a
are fucking
perspective,
terrible.
it's only a 33% chance
But
of
damn
winning
it,
both
y'all love
games.
designing runs for Jackson Dart, so it's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Also, Caleb Williams knows how to lose football games.
That's what I was gonna say.
My hot take is I know I went with Carter, but if I had to pick a hot take in our league, I think Kirk is beating Carter because he just been getting away
That's
with
not.
nonsense. He's just been like he's going to be projected for like 90 points coming into this week.
Yeah, what do you mean it's not a
Like
hot?
that's a
It's
hot
hot. It's
take.
hot. It is. It is. It
Yeah,
is. It
yeah.
is.
Like Carr
Sorry.
will be a
Sorry.
30-point
Sorry.
favorite.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be playing some bum fucking QB, some bum
yeah.
tight end.
Wait, quickly, can we look at the players? We can still
No,
say our hot takes.
this game is going to end up being like 85 to 84,
Wait,
and Kirk wins.
you know why he wins, right?
Jacoby Myers.
And Will Reichard, and he just goes home.
Record. Bro,
He
his team is so
started.
bad.
Wait. He's starting the 49ers defense against the Rams?
But that's sharp. That's sharp. Y'all forget Kyle owns McVay. The Rams were favored by 9 in Mac Jones' first start, and they just won outright.
Yeah, that's because Kyron Williams sold the bag.
Yeah, because wait, the Niners own the Rams, or more importantly, Shanahan owns McVay.
Yeah, I mean, my hot take is I feel like saying Alvin's gonna beat Joseph is a hot take.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, y'all know my real hot take. Giants beat the Bears. My real hot take, or my other hot take though, on some real shit. I'll make the playoffs.
All right.
I was thinking about this today. I've never like I had two of the worst years ever in fantasy. Like it like really just strikes me sometimes. It's just I don't know how I did it back to back. It just the most ass ever.
Dude, do you understand how hard it is to be consistently ass?
Because I'm about to get like of three of the four, like I'll make the playoffs this year. 3 of the 4 years will be I'd have gotten a first round bye. And two of the years I didn't make the playoffs, I was just the most ass player ever. It's unbelievable.
All right. I think that wraps it up. Ankit is ass. I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Oh, I gotta stop recording from here.